Hey guys, it's Kevin, and this is going to be for the long-awaited June movie preview, and as you guys can see, this is not a live stream, and I'll explain why. I was planning on doing this live stream sometime this weekend, but what ended up happening is that my dad literally bought tickets to Wonder Woman today, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this up immediately, and unfortunately, I couldn't get any guests because it was such short notice, so you will see guests next month, but for this video, it's only going to be me, so this will be like a classic movie preview where only I will be here. But there's a lot of movies to talk about in June, so this video will not be nearly as long as some of the other ones have been, because there are so many movies to talk about, and I don't have as many guests commenting and things like that. But either way, guys, June has a lot of hits or misses, I think, coming out this month. A lot of movies that could be really good, a lot of movies that could be really shitty. Like I said, I think this is kind of a hit or miss summer in general so far, it seems like, and June, it seems like it's not really going to change that trend in any way. But let's just kick things off with the first movie coming out, which is June 2nd. Of course, the big movie coming out that day is Wonder Woman.
What is your mission?
To stop the war.
What war?
The war to end all wars.
Weapons far deadlier than you can ever imagine.
The war can be ours.
Wherever you are in more danger than you think.
I cannot stand by while innocent lives are lost. Be careful, Diana.
Who is this woman?
She's my secretary, sir. She's a very good secretary.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have already seen Wonder Woman, actually. I can't really give my, I can't really give my, thoughts on how I feel about the trailer, because I've already seen the movie. I meant to get this out before I saw the movie, but unfortunately, I didn't get to do this video till after I saw the movie, so I'm not gonna say my thoughts. Look forward to my review video, which will be the next video I do, so you'll get it whenever that video goes up. You guys will get my review of it then. But either way, guys, Wonder Woman in general really looks like the film that is going to help DC finally get back on the right track. They've really lost a lot of sight of what makes these movies great, and I definitely can say that I will say I was impressed. I'm not going to say anything else, but I will say it definitely is better than some of the other things DC has done. I'm not going to say anything else, but either way, guys, I know I'm being really secretive here, but I don't want to give you guys my review, and I don't want to pretend that I haven't seen this movie, because it's just dishonest, and I don't like to be dishonest with you guys. I like to, tell the honest truth that I haven't, I saw this movie already, so I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that. But either way, guys, if you guys are looking forward to Wonder Woman, it already has come out, so you can see it literally right now, June 2nd. What are you waiting for? Pause this video, go see it. It is, of course, the big movie. But the other movie that came out this week that not many people seem to be talking about is Captain Underpants, the first epic movie.
I told you I would get you one day. I'm going to have you two placed in separate classes. We're going to annihilate your friendship.
George, do something. Put the pin down, Mr. Krupp, or we'll hypnotize you.
Start me.
What's happening? I don't know. When I snap my fingers, you will obey our every command. You are now the amazing Captain Underpants!
Tra-la-la!
I honestly didn't think that would happen.
Now, it's no secret that this so far has not been the greatest year for animated movies. We've really only had the Lego Batman movie and maybe a few others here and there, but especially this summer, this is not a good summer for animated movies. However, this one doesn't look like the worst. I mean, it doesn't look like anything amazing, but it looks entertaining at least. I like the concept that, they got this really angry boss who's just so nasty to them, and he's the worst, and they want to transform him into Captain Underpants. Now, I vaguely remember reading these books when I was young. I never was like an avid reader of Captain Underpants or like other series that I love, Geronimo's still in, Goosebumps, things like that. Captain Underpants was never really something that I was a huge fan of, so I don't know if they're doing the book justice. I read like one book and I don't remember it all because I was so young. But I really like the cast here. Ed Helms, Kevin Hart, Thomas Middleditch, Nick Kroll. These are people that all have made me laugh for various reasons, and I think they definitely could be really funny here. The animation doesn't look like the best, I will say, but I think for something like this, it definitely looks entertaining. I definitely am looking forward to it. DreamWorks hasn't been having a great track record lately, so maybe this will somewhat help them out, but either way, guys, I do think this looks like one of the better animated films. So, again, I don't really know what to think of it, but if you guys are interested in Captain Underpants, I really have not heard much about it, but it already has come out on June 2nd. Good for the kids, because like I said, there aren't too many great kids movies out right now. Now we get into the next week, which is June 9th, where we have a movie coming out that everyone kind of thinks looks like shit, except for me, and that is the remake of The Mummy.
Whatever's in there has been safely hidden for 2,000 years.
This isn't a tomb. It's a prison.
Nick! The hieroglyphs said she was named Amenet, chosen to be Egypt's next queen. But her thirst for power led her down a darker path, one that had to be stopped.
Because of your actions, this ancient power has returned.
So, like I said, a lot of people have been bashing on this movie, and I can see why. Personally, though, I like the idea of this. I think this looks completely different than that of the Brendan Fraser films. Now, I haven't seen the Brendan Fraser ones, but it just seems like they're going in a different direction than those films did. I know a lot of people really don't like those movies, but this looks genuinely interesting. That basically, because of Tom Cruise's character, he gets too invested in the story of the mummy, and then they have a plane crash, and he kind of turns up as the mummy and things like that. And he has to, face this woman. I think it's a really interesting place to go with this character. We have a really great cast here, Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe. Sofia Boutella as the villain is something that I haven't really seen before. I mean, I love Sofia Boutella and what I've seen of her so far, so I think this should be no different, right? I mean, she's a great actress. Courtney B. Vance is in there, Annabelle Wallis. I mean, just a really great cast overall. I really do hope this does pay off. Yes, some of the effects don't look the greatest, but in general, I think this looks like a fun film. I'm definitely looking forward to it. There's some really great action set pieces in here, and I've said it before, Tom Cruise, any movie, just take my money. I think he's just one of those actors that always has this great charisma, this great presence, and I would be very surprised if he at least isn't good here. So overall, I am definitely looking forward to The Mummy. I think it does look like a good film. If you guys are looking forward to it, which not a lot of people are, it is coming out June 9th. It kind of is the start of this whole action type rebooting horror films as an action movie type of thing, but it does come out June 9th if you guys are interested. And then we got two other movies coming out this week that I don't think many people know about, and the first one is called It Comes at Night.
I'm gonna try and help your new family.
I want to thank you again for letting us stay here.
Just gonna run through a few things. When we go out during the day, we like to stick to groups just for safety. The red door. It's the only way in and out of the house. It stays closed and locked all the time. I have the keys. It's the only set. Most important thing.
What's he see? It's okay. Just go inside.
We never go out at night.
So, like I said, this was a movie I went into not really knowing a ton about. This is actually the first time I watched this trailer, and holy shit, I mean, this actually looks pretty scary. This whole concept that, you got this family, and they go out, I believe, they go out every time, but at night, and it really does look very scary, and it really looks like it's going to get into the psyche very well, and it very much does remind me of The Witch. Obviously, it's not the same kind of movie, but it does have that same vibe, that The Witch did. I think is very interesting. Joel Edgerton really does look great here. I don't really know what this movie's about, but I don't really want to know a ton about it either. It just, in general, just looks really scary. I definitely am really looking forward to it. It's definitely something that I'm very interested in. And A24 usually knows their shit when it comes to horror, so I definitely am entrusting them with this. So it comes tonight. If you guys are looking forward to it, it does come out this Friday, June 9th. But also coming out June 9th is another unknown, what could have been a limited release, but actually is a wide release, and that is Meghan Levy.
Just so you know, running away isn't going to solve anything.
Hang up that phone! Tuck your shirt in!
Found something! Good boy. I've been watching this dog all year. He's the most aggressive dog I've ever treated.
Does he really need another break?
It's not like he hasn't earned it.
You're getting a dog. You got this? Think faster.
Yeah, I got this. You think I'm afraid of you? Lay down. Rex, lay down. Vehicle approaching.
Guns up!
Now, this film, on the other hand, while I do think It Comes at Night actually does look really great, this doesn't look nearly as good. In general, I think this just looks a little cheesy, honestly. This whole thing where she's like in the military, and she's got like this dog close to her, and this dog saves all these lives. I've seen this story 1,000 times. I don't really need to see this played out again. Look, I love dogs as much as anyone else does, but I just don't need to see this story played out 1,000,000 times. I don't know why they feel the need to make these kind of films. I just feel like this is something we see repeatedly, and I kind of want something different. I've seen this done way too many times, and I just don't really have much to say about it. Maybe it'll be different. Just right now, I just don't think it really looks all that great. But Meghan Levy, if you are looking forward to it, does come out June 9th, but also coming out but then we go to June 16th, again June 9th, along with, It Comes at Night and The Mummy, but also coming out June 16th is a movie that could potentially be the most surprising movie of the year. Definitely one of the most surprising trailers we've had in a long time, and that, of course, is for Cars 3.
We can only hope that this race today wasn't his last.
I decide when I'm done.
How you feeling?
I can't go out on the track and do the same old thing. It won't work.
It's futile to resist change, man.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I don't know. I got nothing.
I am so excited to train you. I like a challenge. I call you my senior project.
On your mark, get set, and go!
Whoa! Huh? The beach ate me.
So, if you were to talk to me a couple years ago, or even I'd say like 5 months ago on what do you really think of Cars 3, I really wouldn't give a shit, honestly. I'd just be like, it's happening, it's a movie, it exists, and I don't really care. Cars has never really been something that I was even that into. Even when I was a kid, I never really had that much of an interest to rewatch it. I know a lot of kids were a huge fan of it. I was more of a Toy Story, Finding Nemo person. I never was really into Cars, unfortunately. And then Cars 2, I haven't seen, so I can't give my opinion on that. But I haven't watched that because of the bad reception and things like that. I just have never had any interest in watching it. However, this trailer came out, and holy shit, I mean, this really surprised me in basically every way. Cars 3 looks like exactly what we need out of this franchise. Not only does this look like it could be the Toy Story 3 of this franchise, but it very well looks like it could very well be the best one. The whole idea of Lightning McQueen, he's not, as good as he used to be, and he actually ends up in a very serious accident. He might not be able to race anymore, and he is determined to continue to get back on the racetrack. I think it's a really good message. It's actually going to make us really care for the character of Lightning McQueen. I've never really been a big fan of the character, honestly. I think he's just kind of there. I never really thought much of him, but this, I think, might definitely make us like his character more. I think they're definitely a really good job. They're very much rebooting this franchise in a sense. Yes, Mater is there, but a lot of the old characters don't really seem to be in this movie, and I'm glad about that. I like that they're kind of making this its own thing. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. The trailers have really intrigued me. Yes, it looks like the regular humor is going to be in there, but I mean, Toy Story 3 also did the same thing. I could very well see this being a Toy Story 3 sort of situation here. Am I saying this to me as good Toy Story 3? No, but I do think that this might have that same emotional punch that Toy Story 3 does have, quite possibly, it very well could. But if you guys are looking forward to Cars 3, it does come out June 16th. Surprisingly, I actually really am looking forward to it, and I actually think it's the best looking animated film of this entire summer. I think out of all the movies coming out this summer, this one looks like the most promising. I definitely am really looking forward to it, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I actually am looking forward to Cars 3. But next we have a movie that I have also been really looking forward to for a while, and that is All Eyes on Me.
You must stand for something. You must live for something. And you must be willing to die for something.
Your stepdaddy is a revolutionary.
Your mama told me y'all been going through some things. Sometimes people need to step outside of who they are to realize what they can really be.
I mean, this is a brilliant opportunity to bring together the revolutionaries and the gang communities, and you can unite them.
What's up, New York? I think I see Biggie Smalls in the house.
We got a big platform, man. Use that platform to make change.
Now, this is a film that's been in development for a very long time. It was supposed to come out, I believe, in December of 2016, I think, but it never really happened. It was supposed to come out like the summer of last year. Never really happened. It kept getting pushed back, and finally it is coming out. It seems like it is staying on June 16th. I know I fucked up dates before, and I'm like, oh, this is coming out, and it hasn't come out, i.e. Kidnap, i.e. other stuff, but this actually does look great, honestly. I was very happy what we got from this trailer. If you know what this movie is, it's basically about the life of Tupac Shakur, who Tupac is still known as one of the most influential rappers of all time. Now, I am a fan of rap. I think it's really great music. I think that it's very important music. It's a different way to express yourself than you see in other songs. There's less guidelines and there's more risks you can take and things like that. Especially my friend Auburn Wanderer, I know, is especially really looking forward to this movie. Kane LaPlante, aka Auburn Wanderer, he's definitely really looking forward to this, and he's a big part of the reason why I actually am interested in this genre and things like that. But either way, guys, I really am looking forward to this movie. I can't really say much about it because I don't know a ton about Tupac Shakur. I really don't. But I hope this is a Straight Outta Compton situation where I go into this movie not really knowing a ton, and I end up absolutely loving it. Straight Outta Compton, I think, is a fantastic film. I think it's a movie that doesn't get talked about enough, and I hope All Eyes on Me is closer to Straight Outta Compton than it is Notorious. I know a lot of people think it's going to be another Notorious, and I really hope that's not the case. This really does look like something great, and I really hope it does pay off. So if you are looking forward to All Eyes on Me, it does come out June 16th. And now, guys, we get into what is potentially the worst movie on this entire list that I really don't want to talk about at all, and that is a film called Rough Night.
This is so much fun!
Oh, God.
Let's get to the beans! Let's get to the beans!
Make her feel special.
My turn!
Oh, shit! Does anybody have CPR? I'll look it up on YouTube. Somebody call an ambulance!
He's dead.
Oh, God, this movie. Ugh. Okay, look. You guys know that I'm usually not that harsh when it comes to comedy films, and truth be told, when the trailer first started, I thought, oh, this looks bad, but I've seen far worse. Once they committed that certain crime, that's when I was done. This movie looks like utter shit. It's one of those movies that's like, feminism, yay, female power, all this great stuff, and things like that, and it looks so unfunny. It looks like it's trying to cater to the lowest common denominator, which basically way too many comedies do nowadays, honestly. Even ones that I like, I will fully admit, as much as I enjoy Dirty Grandpa, yes, there is a lot of LCD humor in there, I will fully admit that. But this is the kind that I fucking hate. And the thing is, I don't hate this cast. ScarJo, I don't know what you're doing here. You're so much better than this, honestly. You don't need this movie. You just keep making things like Avengers or even Ghost in the Shell. Zoe Kravitz, you were incredible in Big Little Lies. What happened here? Kay McKinn, I actually liked you in Ghostbusters. I like these actors. I don't know what happened, or what's going on in this trailer, but at least who likes this trailer, this looks like it could be one of the most insufferable comedies of the entire year, and I'm hoping it bombs because it's up against two really big juggernauts right there. All Eyes on Me and Cars 3, which are both really big, so I really do hope that this does bomb in every single way, because it's exactly the kind of movie that I don't think we need. So if you are interested in Rough Night, which I don't really understand why, it does come out June 16th if you guys are looking forward to it. Next, we have a film that could be a possible hidden gem, and that is 47 Meters Down.
Oh my god, this is amazing! Jeez! What was that? What? Oh my god! What's going on? Where's the gate? Help! I have to get out of here!
So here's the thing with this trailer. I think to many people, this could very well be a hidden gem because it does have a lot of resemblance to The Shallows, but that's also why it concerns me, because if you guys know, I wasn't a fan of The Shallows. I think The Shallows could have been a really great, like, 20-minute short film, but as a movie, I thought it got very repetitive, very tiring, and Blake Lively was good, but it wasn't enough to save the overall film. The Shallows is just nothing I'd really ever watch again, unfortunately. I do think that Blake Lively was good, but other than that, I don't really know. I just thought it was very repetitive, and this one I'm worried he's going to fall into that same trap. And honestly, the acting really doesn't look that great. It's very similar to that of The Shallows, and I just don't really have much to say about this movie, to be honest with you. I love Mandy Moore, obviously. I think she was killing it on This Is Us this season, and Claire Holt, anything she's in, I'm always in, but I just don't really know about this one. Again, I'm just worried it's going to fall in that same trap as The Shallows. I know that I'm in the minority for that, but I really was not a huge fan of that film, unfortunately. But 47 Meters Down, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out June 16th. Now we get into another film that I'm very skeptical about, and that is The Book of Henry.
Hey, Susan? I guess I could just set you up with direct deposit if that's easier.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Henry.
You have to ask your 11-year-old?
Did our financial statement come in the mail today? Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
I don't know how you do it all by yourself.
Come on, I have Henry. Find me another male of the species who's more grown up than him.
I'd like to.
This story is about me, my brother, my mom, and the girl who lived next door.
Henry and Peter, they're lucky to have you.
And your father's lucky to have you too.
Stepfather.
So when the trailer first started for this movie, this kind of looked like a harmless kids film about this kid and everything, and his relationship with his brother, and what was going on there, and it just looked like a fun film. Then it started to get, like, really unnecessarily violent with, like, the guns and things like that, and I just don't really know what this movie's gonna be, and I'm intrigued for that reason, but at the same time, it looks very tonally confused, like it's trying to be, like, a 500 million things, and it could be really good, it could be really bad, too. It does have Jacob Tremblay, who... he recently has not been making the greatest of movies. He was just in, I know, that terrible Naomi Watts film Shut In, and Naomi Watts is also in this, so that automatically concerns me. I know he's going to be in Wonder, so I'm definitely looking forward to that more. Sarah Silverman, Lee Pace, I just don't really know about this one. We'll have to see. But again, The Book of Henry, if you guys are looking forward to it, it does come out June 16th, definitely. If you guys are looking forward to that, it does come out then, along with all the other movies I just mentioned. And now, guys, we get to a very controversial film that, once again, I probably am in the minority in for, and that is Transformers: The Last Knight.
Your daughter, what would you say to her?
Brush your teeth, work hard. Stay away from any boy in a band, especially a drummer.
These are troubled times. Without leaders, chaos reigns. Two worlds colliding. You're all that stand in its way.
And now the greatest mission of them all, to turn the tide of human history.
Now, look, I will be the first to say that, yes, I am tired of this franchise, I really am, but we haven't had a Transformers film in some time. I have yet to see Age of Extinction. It's literally sitting on my Blu-ray shelf, and I'm going to review it for Own and Never Falking Seen It whenever that time comes. Don't worry, I will get it out then. But I'm not a fan of the Transformers films. I think the first one's a fun movie. The second one I don't think is terrible. Again, I was very young when I watched it, so I can't really give an opinion. The third one is an absolute headache. I think that entire film is just, the action scenes are so elongated, just, there's so much repetitive stuff going on where you can't see what the hell's going on. This one doesn't look bad to me, and I'll tell you why. It actually has a decent plot. I like the plot of this movie, that there were these knights, basically, and it's kind of going into what's going on here, and that Optimus Prime is starting to turn against all the Transformers for things they've done to him. I think it's a very interesting plot. It kind of reminds me of Fate of the Furious a bit, where Dom betrayed that gang, and we didn't think that would work, so if it could work there, I think it might be able to work here. And also, I mean, we have to talk about the elephant room. Anthony Hopkins, I think, is definitely something that this franchise has been missing. I hear him talk, I feel like I'm watching Westworld, but he looks incredible in this trailer. I really did love what he had to do here, and I really do hope he does deliver. So I'm looking forward to this, honestly. I don't think this looks terrible. I think this actually looks like it has a good story. I know this is Michael Bay's last film, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not the one writing this, because it very much seems like this one actually does have a decent story, and I think that's what we need here. We just need a decent story. We need something that's not overcomplicated. We don't need 40-minute action scenes, and I'm hoping that's not the case here. So Transformers Last Night, again, from the trailers, I'm looking forward to it. It could be really shitty, I don't know, but from the trailers, I'm interested. We'll have to see how it really turns out. But if you guys are looking forward to Transformers Last Night, it does come out June 21st, and then the only other movie really coming out June 21st that's worth noting is a film called The Beguiled.
You're a most unwelcome visitor, and we do not propose to entertain you.
You'll find I'm easily amused.
You won't be here long enough for that.
How did you end up in this place?
Why are you so interested in me?
I admire your strength.
I'm just trying to give them what they need to survive in these times.
If you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
To be taken far away from here.
Come with me.
He seems to be a sensitive person.
Does he?
So once again, this is one of those situations where I didn't know what the hell this trailer was really going to be, but I remember I watched it when I did the top 10 anticipated summer films with Tony Strike, K22 Tiger. You can look forward to that video on his channel, and I didn't really know what to think of this, and damn, this actually looks really good. I mean, basically, it's about all these young women. They take in this, like, injured enemy soldier and basically try to provide him all this comfort and refuge and are tending to his wounds, and there's all kinds, like, sexual tension and things that go on. I mean, this just looks like one of those movies that's gonna have like a ton of things going on, but the cast here is amazing, honestly. I mean, this is one of the best casts I've seen in a while for a film like this. Colin Farrell, Nicole Kidman, Kirsten Dunst, Elle Fanning, Una Lawrence, and Andrew Rice. I mean, it doesn't really get better than that. All of those actors and actresses are fantastic. I think they all really look like they're going to do a really good job here. This could get really over the top, but because of the caliber attached to this film, I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I mean, this kind of reminds me of a Big Little Lies situation where I thought that was going to be very over the top, but because of how good the actors were, and because of how short of a run they had, they weren't able to really go fully over the top, and I think it could definitely be the case with The Beguiled. So I definitely am looking forward to this. I've heard actually really good things so far, so I'm definitely looking forward to The Beguiled. Again, I don't really know what to make of it. The trailer looks like it could be a million different things and a million different outcomes, but I definitely am interested in it. So The Beguiled, if you guys are looking forward to that, it does come out on June 23rd, along with Transformers The Last Knights. But now we get into the film that I think could potentially be the best film of this month, honestly, and that is Baby Driver.
It's the one who say listen to the music all the time?
Is he mental?
Mental meaning slow. Was he slow?
No.
He had an accident when he was a kid. Still has a hum in the drum. Plays music to drown it out. And that's what makes him the best.
One more job and I'm done.
One more job, and we're straight.
No, I don't think I need to give you the speech about what happens when you say no, how I could break your legs and kill everyone you love, because you already know that, don't you?
Yeah.
The moment you catch feelings is the moment you catch a bullet.
So, once again, this trailer, I had no idea what I really knew going into it. I've been looking forward to this for a while, though, because Edgar Wright, I mean, you really can't go wrong with him. He's always made, you know, all his Cornetto movies I absolutely love, even though I've seen Hot Fuzz, I don't remember it. I've seen parts of Shaun of the Dead, and I absolutely love The World's End. I think it's a fantastic movie. You guys can look to my really cringy review that I'm probably going to redo this year when I watch those movies for my Own It Never Falking Seen It reviews. But I've always really enjoyed Edgar Wright. I think he's one of the funniest talents out there when it comes to screenwriting, and this movie just looks so genius. I mean, you got this kid who is basically, I want to say, an Uber driver. I don't know if that's really what he is, but he is in fact a driver, and he seems to be like obsessed with the soundtrack of his music and things like that. And you also got like this crime boss played by Kevin Spacey, which Kevin Spacey just going right back into that utter creepy role that he played in Seven. I absolutely love that. And you also got Ansel Elgort, Jamie Foxx, John Hamm, Lily James, John Bernthal. I mean, you got a bunch of the fact that we have the Punisher and we have the presidents, of House of Cards, I can't think of his name right now, in the same movie. That alone is enough for a reason to see it, but because of all the other actors here, I mean, just so much talent involved here. I've heard amazing things about this movie, and like I said, I think this could very well be, the best movie of this month. It looks really quirky, but at the same time, it looks really violent, and it just looks like the movie that I really do want to see this summer. I can't wait for Baby Driver. It really does look fantastic. If you guys are looking forward to Baby Driver, I don't know if it's coming out wide. I hope it is, because I really do want to see this one as soon as possible, but it does come out June 28th. If you guys are looking forward to see it, I am absolutely hyped for it. And now we get to a movie that unfortunately is very disappointing. It's a movie that I was looking forward to, but now I'm very on the fence about, and that is Despicable Me 3.
I can't wait to meet my brother! Dude. What's the difference between me and you? Who doesn't love this guy? Look at him! Oh, but hair would make you better. Look at his face! Oh, he's so mad. What's the difference between me and you? You must be the beautiful wife.
Oh, stop it. Sweet talker. This place is amazing.
It's nice, I guess, sure. I'm not really into things.
So, Despicable Me, you guys know, this franchise is a franchise I've always really enjoyed. The first Despicable Me, I tell this story all the time, but my parents and I, we went to the theater, and we were the only ones there, and basically, it was a much more enjoyable experience, because I think that just kind of added to it, but I still really do love that movie in general. I think it's just a lot of fun, definitely. I really do enjoy that film. And the second one, I'm in the minority with. I actually really enjoy the second one a lot. I think it actually adds more layers to the characters, and it explores some sides that weren't really there before. Minions, I don't really enjoy, but that's simply because I don't think Minions works on their own. So when Despicable Me 3 was announced, I was looking forward to it. I've enjoyed this franchise so far. But now it just seems like they're kind of running out of ideas, honestly. The fact they're bringing in an evil twin, that's when you know they've really ran out of ideas. I mean, just the whole idea of the evil twin, I'm so against. I like the villain. The villain's like this 80s dude. I think that's a lot of fun. But the fact that this evil twin is there, that evil twin is really got to go. I mean, he seems to be the main problem surrounding this film, and I will very much agree with that. The evil twin really is kind of insufferable, and I don't really think he's going to be that great here, so Despicable Me 3, I don't really know, honestly. I'm hoping this is one of those things where the evil twin's not as much as we think, or maybe he's not as bad as we think, but the trailer, he was kind of insufferable, honestly, and I'm not absolutely dreading this. I'm just hoping that this is a better movie than it seems to be. I've seen a lot of cases when that happens. See, like, Ted 2, or things like that, where I thought we were going to have a really shitty film. Well, not shitty, but just a really mediocre film that turned to be a lot better. Despicable Me 3, I'm hoping falls in that category, but we'll have to see. So June 30th, Despicable Me 3, I don't really know what to think of it. If you guys are looking forward, it does come out on June 30th. And unfortunately, there's another shitty movie coming out that day, and that is The House.
When I became a dad, I made a choice to support my daughter's dreams.
You don't have enough money.
It says right here we have $401,000.
Jackpot.
You missed it.
That says you have a 401k account. Alex thinks we can afford tuition and we can't.
We gotta lie. That's what parents do. Because otherwise the kids are gonna realize that we don't know what we're doing.
Oh, God. Okay, so you guys know, like I said, I was not looking forward to Despicable Me 3. This looks so much worse than that, honestly. Will Ferrell, I love you as an actor, and Amy Poehler, I think you're very talented, but what the hell are you two doing? I mean, this movie just looks so stupid. They buy their daughter this, like, smart house or whatever, and all this weird stuff kind of goes down in it, and there's all, like, this kind of gross humor. I think they start this, like, illegal casino in their basement to, like, recoup the losses of, like, their daughter being gone. This just looks so stupid, honestly. Nothing about this makes any sense. The fact that they just make this casino, I don't really understand it. I think it's really dumb and doesn't look like it's that great. Again, it very much has that LCD type humor, and I love Allison Tolman. I think she's a fantastic actress. Michelle Watkins is amazing in Casual. All these great actors in here. I don't know why they're in this movie. This just looks really dumb. I'm really not looking forward to this at all. Luckily, there has not been much promotion for it, so I guess that's a good thing. But if you guys are looking forward to The House, it does come out June 30th. I don't really have much to say about it. I don't really think it looks that great. But now, guys, we have one more movie to talk about, and that is a movie that I've been looking forward to for quite some time now, and that is Okja.
We needed a miracle. And then we got one. This beautiful and special little creature will be a revolution in the livestock industry. Our super pigs will not only be big and beautiful, they will also leave a minimal footprint on the environment, consume less feed, and produce less excretions. And most importantly, they need to taste fucking good.
So, recently, if you guys know, I reviewed a movie called War Machine and various other Netflix films, and I've said it before, Netflix, unfortunately, hasn't really had that big film yet. Netflix, you can tell, is doing everything in their power to become this big movie studio and make all these kinds of different films, and I think it's a really cool idea, honestly, that they're doing that. I think they've invested a little too much time in it, and they've kind of signed on to too many projects. But their first film, Beasts of No Nation, that was a very valiant attempt, and it really did pay off. Unfortunately, most of them have just been valiant attempts, and they really have not been anything that great. There's been some good ones, but there hasn't been anything really that monumental. Nothing that really says, okay, Netflix is a legit movie studio. This one, however, I think could very well do that. The plot here is really interesting. This girl being attached to, like, this monster, Okja, and you got this company that wants to destroy it because they think that this is just a monster. I mean, we've seen a plot like this before, but it looks so eccentric and so weird, and stuff like that is really embraced nowadays, and I think that's something that Netflix honestly really does need. You got a really great caster, Tilda Swinton, Paul Dano, Lily Collins, Jake Gyllenhaal. I mean, just a really, Giancarlo Esposito, just a really incredible cast overall. Stephen Ewan, I think this could really be, like I said, a big film for them. I could definitely see this being one of the big films for Netflix. I know they've been trying to find that big one, and I could very well see this being the one. I really hope it is. I have definitely been looking forward to Okja for a while, so if you guys are looking forward to Okja, it does come out June 30th. I am definitely looking forward to it. Look forward to a review of that when it does come out, because I really do hope it does pay off, and I'd be very disappointed if this just turns out like most of the other Netflix films that have come out so far. And overall, guys, that's it. That's it for the June movie preview. I know I'm glad this video was a little bit shorter because there were a lot of videos. There were a lot of movies to talk about, and it's not going to be as much of a pain to edit as it usually is, because usually editing it is complete hell. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it really is. I mean, I like putting the videos out, but it's not the most, enjoyable experience. So let me know what you guys thought of the movies coming out in June. Which ones are you most looking forward to? Which ones do you think look shitty? All that kind of stuff. Look forward to next month. I'm sorry I couldn't get guests, guys, but next month I will be on with both Kane LaPlante and Tony Estrada. They will be coming back in July, so look forward to that. And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys in my next, which will actually be for a movie review of Wonder Woman. As I told you guys, I already did see it, and I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.